Hey everyone, welcome back to Latrell Talks with Latrell R. Morris. That's me. So today I am going to talk about Story Origins Nova, the Executioner of Justice, which is my first book that I've ever published and released back in 2021. Seems like ages ago, but it was only not even 2 years ago. Less than a year and a half. There is a huge reason why I decided to write Nova, the Executioner of Justice. It happened back in 2020, June 2020. So, May 30th is my birthday. Gemini here. Yeah. But yeah, May 30th is my birthday. And that week, it was actually May 29th. That was my last day at work before I took my vacation. So May 29th was a Friday and my birthday was on the Saturday. So at my job, they gave me this little happy birthday card, virtual card, because at that time we had started working remote due to the pandemic. And, I'm thinking everything's fine. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Send me off to my vacation. Saturday night, my family threw me a little get-together birthday party. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. And Sunday, I did some stuff around whatever. So Monday was the start of my vacation. I'm all happy and stuff. I'm like, okay, get me a little break, because I always take vacation during my birthday because, I want to have fun around my birthday. Why not? So I received a email from my manager, actually a meeting invite, which was odd because it was my vacation. And I know I don't do this anymore, but I had my work email information on my phone. I no longer do that with my current job because there's a separation that needs to be there. But anyway, so I get an email invite. I look at the invite attendees and I notice there's only 3 people from my department plus my manager. So I tried calling her on her cell phone. She didn't answer. She sent me a text back and said, please join me at the meeting at, I think it was 9 a.m. And I think at that point I realized what was happening, because my heart just started beating really fast. And come 9 o'clock, where the 3 of us are in the meeting, and that's when she tells us, I'm sorry, but we are laying you all off. And honestly, my position technically wasn't even an original position. It was something that was kind of made up, and I was the only one doing that position. So in a sense, I understand that my position was terminated, but at the same time, I guess what really pissed me off, I'm just going to say it, the fact that on Friday she acted like everything was all okay, wishing me well for my birthday and then my vacation, and then she knew at that time that they were laying me off. And that was the sting and the hurt I felt, because I was like, that really made me open my eyes to know that these companies really don't care about you. No matter what they say, they do not care about you. Even if they would have waited till I came back from my vacation, it wouldn't have hurt as much as it hurt 2 days after my vacation, 2 days after my birthday on my vacation. And I cried like so much. I was like, I can't believe this is happening to me again. This will be my 3rd time being laid off from somewhere, and I had a very shitty week. I couldn't enjoy anything. The only thing I was worried about is, what am I going to do now? I can't, it's not like that job was paying me a lot of money, and I'm just like, I need money. I need to pay my bills. I need money to get food and all this other stuff, gas and whatever. And I immediately went to start unemployment, which was another hassle, but eventually I was able to get it done. But it was just, like I said, it was very hurtful and just out of the blue. And it really, like I said before, opened my eyes to these big corporations and how they only see you as just a number. And it's, nothing was wrong with my performance. I was actually at a meets. I should have been at an Exceeds, but they claim that, oh, you have to go above, very much above and beyond to get an Exceeds, which is crazy to me because my current job, 2 years in a row, I've gotten Exceeds. So anyway, they just don't like paying you certain things. Anyway, but yeah, and sitting with that for months really lit something in me, and that's when I started writing Nova, the Executioner of Justice. Nova is basically this supernatural, all-seeing being that punishes really, really bad people, and I'm not talking about petty things such as burglary. I'm talking about people who have really harmed others, such as murder, sexual assault. There is one story in Nova, the Executioner of Justice, but well, you would consider it petty, but that's actually not, she's actually doing a favor for someone else. So, but yeah, Nova, she goes after the heavy hitters. She goes after the people who purposely harm others and have little to no remorse regarding it. As I'm writing it, I'm just thinking about all the things, all the people who have hurt me, and just like taking that to the extreme, because Nova is not a character that shows mercy. She doesn't care about your feelings. It's basically fuck your feelings. She doesn't care about anyone except the people who have been harmed and they cannot get justice for themselves. So, I don't know, it's just, writing it was really therapeutic for me, because it was just getting that hurt out from what happened at my job, and just getting feelings from the past of hurt that I experienced just out on paper. And I will say this, had I not been laid off, and thinking about this the past year, had I not been laid off, I would not have been writing or publishing right now. As crazy as that sounds, and I know I've said I've been writing since I was younger, but I think that was what really lit the fire under my behind. I said, you know what? I'm getting back to doing what I love to do, which is writing. And what happened to me was a catalyst for getting that on paper. And it's been 2 years, almost 2 years, be 2 years in June. Well, 3 years actually. Wow, I can't believe it. It goes by so fast. Yeah, it'll be 3 years in June 1st to be exact, since that happened. And since then, since 2020, I've been writing, and I haven't stopped yet. So it's just it was upsetting, but at the same time, it was something that needed to happen. I say that because it brought me back to myself. It brought me back to something I love, something I had neglected for so long. It also brought me a job that I probably wouldn't have had I not been laid off. And I was without a job for a year and 2 months. So that was rough. It was rough at first. It was rough because of what happened and how it happened. As the time went on, a couple of months, I started to feel more relaxed. I started to feel so much better. And I know that's weird because we were in a pandemic. We couldn't go outside. We couldn't do anything really. And then I didn't have a job. But honestly, that was the most euphoric I'd felt in a long, long time. That's and someone said to me, other people have felt that way. Like during the month, I would say maybe August 2020 to December 2020 was the most euphoric I had ever felt. And I felt less stress. But then once January came around, I was like, okay, I need a job. Why is no one calling me back? Why are these places not paying me what I'm worth? Why is all of this happening? I started really slipping into a deep depression, I guess, towards let me see, maybe April, May, June. Because I just felt rejected. I really felt rejected. Like, I have all this experience, I have a degree, but yet nobody is seeing that. And they had stopped doing the extra money, and I'm sorry, but Florida's unemployment of $275 a week. That was nothing. I mean, $275 a week. That my car payment at the time was $350, and thank goodness for my father. He actually paid off the rest of my car in July, because I just had a complete breakdown. Like, what am I gonna do? And I couldn't keep deferring the payment. So my father, he just said, "I'm paying it off. Give me whatever you need. Tell me what it is. I'll pay it off." And he did. Thank goodness for him. But yeah, and then finally in July, I took the plunge and I said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to this recruiter, because I applied for the job a week ago. I haven't heard anything, and they just so happened to be my friend on LinkedIn. So I reached out to her. A couple of days later, she got back to me, and they called me for an interview. And I was just like, whoa. And it was like, sometimes you do have to take initiatives, especially with something you really want. So got the interview. I actually thought that I did bad in both interviews, I guess because I wasn't as spunky as I wanted to be, because I was just, like I said, I was stressed out. I was depressed. I was actually having heart palpitations. So I wasn't as enthusiastic as I wanted to be. And I was just, when I was done with that second interview, was actually with the, I think she was VP at the time. I was just like, damn, I didn't get the job. A week later, no, actually 2 weeks later, I received a phone call and I received an offer. What was funny is I had interviewed with another place, and I like those people, and they called me literally. No, actually, the people that called that I interviewed with and I liked, who were I interviewed with the team. They called me first, and 2 hours later, the people from LinkedIn, the job I applied for on LinkedIn, called me next. The job I applied for with LinkedIn was straightforward. They told me everything, all the benefits, my pay, everything, right then and there. And I was just like, whoa, this is really happening. I have 2 offers, and one is telling me all the information I need right now. So I told them, okay, can I get back to you? So I called the other place. They didn't give me any offer information. So I called the lady back, the recruiter back, and I said, I'm accepting the job. And I accepted it. And I'm glad that I did, because a week later, when the other place called me to give me all the information, it was low, very, very low, lower than what I had left had at my other job, my previous job that I was laid off from. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe that they really lowballed me like this. And like I said, I'm glad that I took that other job, because right now, the job I'm at, it'll be 2 years in August. I've already been promoted once. I've been promoted once. I'm on the training committee. I'm just doing several things with this job, and I can see myself here long term if the writer thing doesn't really kick off the way I want to. Hoping it does, because that is my dream, to be a writer and to be able to pay my bills and everything with my writing job, with my, well, not a job, my passion, because that's what it is. It's my passion. But I'm very grateful that, I guess, the events that happened, because if I would have stayed at that other job, I would have been just miserable, stressed, not being able to afford an apartment alone. So sometimes you don't see blessings when they happen. Sometimes you see things as a curse. I'm being picked on. Why are bad things constantly happening to me? And then, even if it takes a year, you realize it was meant to happen, because you needed to grow. You needed to let your passion out. You needed to see that you deserve better, and better is coming to you. So that is the origin of Nova, the Executioner of Justice. Came from being laid off, came from being done wrong. But initially I didn't want to make this a series. I thought I was going to have it just as a standalone, but something else came to me. But now I'm in a predicament where I've been working on it for a year, and I'm only under I haven't even made it to 10,000 words, and it looks like Nova is going to be held off. Part 2, at least, is going to be held off for another year, maybe sooner, but it will not be released this year, because I have writer's block for it. I mean, I was doing good for a little bit, and then I got writer's block again, and then I started working on it again last week, and now this week I have writer's block. So hopefully in the coming months it'll come to me what I should write, but as far as a release of it, part 2 this year, that's not going to happen. But I have other stuff I'm releasing, and if you go on my website, latrellonmorris.com, you'll be able to see the upcoming releases. Join my newsletter, and you'll get firsthand of everything that's happening. But yeah, unfortunately, Nova, Executioner of Justice Part 2, which is not the title, just a placeholder title for it now, will be, crossing my fingers, released next year. Will it be for Halloween? Probably not. If I can release it sooner, I would, but I don't know, because I released the first one the month of Halloween, October 5th actually. But I am working on another horror. I'm working on a solo horror anthology, and I would say it kind of is a spin-off from Nova, but just a little bit different. And also I'm working on another social science fiction story, which I hope to have done by the summer for next year release. But as far as releases for this year, there's going to be 2 more releases this year, summer. There is Coreyville, and that's going to be on July 18th. And then I am doing this fall, I'm going to be working on, I'm going to be releasing on Kindle Vella. What's the name of it? Wow, I just had a brain fart. The Secrets Inside Rose Manor. And I want to tell you, both of those are paranormal romances. However, Coreyville is more of a thriller / mystery with paranormal romance in it. The Secrets Inside Rose Manor is drama, straight paranormal romance, and the closer I get to that release, the more I reveal about The Secrets Inside Rose Manor, because it's a very let's just say I almost didn't release it under Latrell R. Morris. I was going to release it under a different pen name, but I say, you know what, people gotta see who I am. People need to know who I am. People will see the type of stories that I enjoy, because as they say, if you don't see the story that you want to read, then write it, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, or something like that. So yeah, it's a very it's a very I for me kind of odd paranormal romance. Yeah, but like I said, I'll talk more about it the closer it comes to release, and I'll be releasing more information about Coreyville next week. And in May, I am excited about it because this is going to be the longest book that I've so far published, even though it's not the longest story I've written. Actually, The Secrets of Rose Manor is, but I can't wait. I just ordered the proof copy, so once I get that next week, I'll show you guys. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the podcast. Follow me on social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much any other social media you can find me on. I'm doing Lemon 8 now, but I hardly post on it because it's like it seems like it's more for other stuff besides books. I'm gonna post more on it, but yeah, go ahead and follow me. Go on my newsletter, go on my website, and then sign up for my newsletter. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get the free short story, A Friend for the Lonely, which is if you listen to my story origins of the Friend Trilogy, you'll know that it is the what inspired the Friend Trilogy. So go ahead, my website's latrellonmorris.com. Check out my books as well. And if you have read my books, please leave me a review on Amazon, wherever you purchase it from, Barnes & Noble if you purchase it from there. Also Goodreads and Storygraph. Go ahead and follow me on those as well and leave reviews. And I will talk to you all later. I will say most likely next week there would not be a episode because Janet Jackson is coming into town, and that's where I'm going to put most of my energy for next week. So. But yeah, I will talk to you all later. Bye.